Hello everyone, welcome to my balcony here in Chengdu. Yesterday I went on Facebook and I asked you all, what kind of videos do you want to see? What should I make a video about? You all had a lot of great suggestions. One that caught my eye in particular was about what qualities and what attributes have aided me the most abroad. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've got 5 different attributes and qualities that I think will be really helpful to anyone who wants to move abroad. Let's talk about that. Well, the first one that I want to talk about, probably the most important one, is curiosity. Curiosity is something that you've got to have when you're living abroad. You can't be living abroad without it, because curiosity opens up your mind to new kinds of information, new things that you may have never considered before. You know, if you're the kind of person who sees things and goes, wow, what is that thing? You know, oh, what does this mean? Oh, why is this way? Why is this that way? You know, that's a great quality to have when you're living abroad. If you're living in a foreign country, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're living, it's going to be very different from where you're from. And so there are lots of things that you need to be curious about. There's lots of things to learn. So curiosity. Oh, gotta have curiosity. The second one I want to talk about is open-mindedness. Open-mindedness is really important when living abroad because there's going to be a lot of things that are different in this place than where you're from. A lot of things are going to be different, and you need to be open enough to take these changes as they come and accept the challenges and things like that. There are some foreigners here in China who I've met who say, oh, China, you can't be this way, you shouldn't be this way. You know, in America, they're always Americans. In America, things are like this, this, and this. And China shouldn't, sorry, Jack, you shouldn't be here. Name's not Jack, it's just generic name. Point is that you need to be able to accept things the way that they are, not the way that you think they should be. Now, the third thing that I want to talk about is not needing to know everything. When you live abroad, there is a very steep learning curve, especially if you move from somewhere like from Europe to Asia, or from Asia to Europe, or from North America to South America. Places like that, they're very, very different. They're very, very different. So there is a learning curve. It takes time to get to know the place that you're living in. Could take months, could take years, could take a lifetime. And you're not going to be able to read a book and know everything before you arrive. So there are a lot of things that you're not going to know. And that's just, you're going to have to be okay with that. So yeah, not needing to know everything. That's pretty important. The fourth one that I want to talk about is enjoying challenges. You need to be a kind of person who enjoys challenges. You need to be a person who likes to solve problems. You need to be able to enjoy these little challenges that come at you every day. Now, for example, if you're going to be traveling somewhere with a language barrier, for example, China. I live in China. China has a pretty steep language barrier. Not very many people speak English here. So you've got to be able to speak Chinese in order to really get into local life here. And there are countless other daily life challenges. Things like, how do you get from point A to point B? How to take the bus? How to talk to a taxi driver? How to walk somewhere? Are there maps? Can you read the maps? Again, the language thing. Where do you buy your food? And these little daily life challenges, you need to be able to enjoy them and take them as they come, because if you don't, living abroad is going to be really difficult. So we can't forget that when looking at qualities that'll help you abroad. The fifth and final thing I want to talk about is independence. You're going to need to be a fairly independent person when you travel abroad, especially if you're going to be living there, because it takes time to make friends. It takes time to get to know the local life. You're not going to come on day one and be able to just like rent an apartment or be able to go out to the club with a bunch of people, or be able to, you're not going to have anything. When you go to a new country, everything that you know is gone. Everything. But when I first moved to China, I didn't have any friends, didn't have any family, didn't have anyone to help me out with my daily life things. So it was a necessity for me to be independent and solve all the problems by myself and figure out where things work by myself. China is kind of where I really grew up for the first time, because I had to actually be self-sufficient and I had to do everything on my own. So if you're not independent, it's going to be really hard here. Or if you're not willing to develop self-reliance and independence, it's going to be really hard for you to live abroad. And when you do finally make friends and you start finding people to hang out with and things, you will appreciate them more than you ever thought you would. You learn the true value of friendship and being with other people, and how people can help each other out. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But until then, you're on your own, son. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this 5 attributes or qualities or whatever to help people live abroad. And so if you agree, go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to discuss a little more about it in the comments, go ahead and leave a comment, and let's talk about it. And as always, you can find me on Facebook and Twitter and all that. I make China videos every single week. See you all next time.